when top-ranked Clemson takes on Alabama in the hotly contested Sugar Bowl this New Year's Day. Tigers coach Dabo Swinney will pocket a $150,000 bonus. His counterpart at Georgia, Kirby Smart, will earn a $425,000 bonus for appearing in the other college football playoff semifinal, the Rose Bowl. And if Swinney or Smart leads their team to a national championship, they stand to collect an additional $450,000 and $1.45 million, respectively, all in addition to their respective $6.75 million and $3.75 million annual average base salaries. But sure, schools can't afford to pay their players. For decades, the people who run big-time college football, coaches, athletic directors, conference commissioners, have argued that they simply can't afford to freely and fairly compensate the athletes whose on-field labor makes a multi-billion-dollar enterprise possible. That is, not without taking drastic, distasteful steps to cover the additional costs, like jettisoning non-revenue sports such as women's lacrosse, or increasing tuition for other students. 4 years ago, the National Collegiate Athletic Association's top lawyer, Donald Remy, even issued a statement claiming that an antitrust lawsuit brought against the NCAA by current and former football and basketball players that sought a bigger piece of the money pie via name, image and likeness rights threatened college sports as we know it. The thing is, the sheer amount of wealth generated by the college football playoff alone, roughly $600 million per year, proves otherwise. How so? Let's go back in time. All the way back to the 2013-14 season, the last one in which the national championship wasn't decided by a 4-team playoff, but rather by a single title game played under the aegis of the much-loathed Bowl Championship Series. Back then, the sport's financial picture looked, well, awfully rosy. From ticket and merchandise sales to athletic department donations to multi-million-dollar television contracts, major college football brought in about $3.4 billion in revenues, according to Andy Schwartz, an economist who consulted for the plaintiffs and former UCLA basketball star Ed O'Bannon's antitrust lawsuit against the NCAA. Alabama coach Nick Saban was making $5.5 million a year, 69 other coaches were making more than $1 million annually, and coaching salaries as a whole had increased by 90% since 2006. Athletic directors were earning average salaries of roughly $515,000. Schools were building palatial, Xanadu-shaming sport facilities, like Alabama's $9 million, 37,000 square foot weight room. Remy, the NCAA lawyer, received a 25% pay raise. Then came the new playoff structure, and with it, a fiscal windfall to make rich Uncle Pennybags from Monopoly green with envy. By adding 2 whole games to college football's existing postseason slate, just 2, the major football schools and conferences landed a television contract from ESPN worth the reported $7.3 billion over 12 years.